Echo and HarperAudio present Birding to Change the World, a memoir by Trish O'Kane, read by Cheryl Smith. For my parents, Felix O'Kane and Bridget Fleming O'Kane, who crossed an ocean. Prologue. Be joyful, though you have considered all the facts. Wendell Berry, Manifesto, The Mad Farmer Liberation Front. I am speeding down a dark Vermont road, hurtling through a star-studded October night on an urgent quest to witness the banding of the smallest owl in the Northeast, the northern saw-whet. 5 of my most bird-crazed college students are stuffed into my Toyota Matrix. One girl curled shrimp-like in the hatchback. One student works at a birding gear store. Another knew nothing about birds until he discovered a large barred owl in the campus forest during his first semester. He started following Barry the barred owl for hours, every day filling my inbox with photos of Barry hunting, Barry musing, Barry ripping apart a cedar waxwing. This was not Barry, the famous Central Park owl. As I drive, we shout out species names to a bird call CD in our game Name That Bird. A shy freshman squeezed into a corner watches silently, eyes as round as a young owl's. It is a big night, because this will be our first saw-whet. One of the most common owls in the northern United States, it is also one of the most mysterious, confounding scientists and avid birdwatchers. Robin-sized, it lives in the woods all around us, yet we rarely see it. The owl can be 6 feet above you and still invisible. With feathers the shade of tree bark, it simply blends into the trunk like a small woody knot. Scientists barely understand the basics about saw-whets, where and when most of them migrate, how many there are. David Brinker of Project Owlnet estimates the global population at 2 to 5 million based on banding records. How old they are when they start to breed, how many owlets they'll raise in a lifetime, or even how long that lifetime lasts. The oldest captive lived to be 16. But we do know some pretty weird random stuff. A graduate student in Appalachia watched owls storing their food on branches, mostly mice, but also bats, squirrels, and birds, while other scientists observed owls defrosting that prey in winter by sitting on top of it like a feathered microwave. And in 1903, an Ohio fishing boat captain watched a flock of tiny saw-whets land on the steamship Helena while it was crossing Lake Huron. The weirdest of all is John James Audubon's story. In his famous 1838 book, Birds of America, he wrote, "This species evinces a strong and curious propensity to visit the interior of our cities. I have known some caught alive in the Philadelphia Museum, as well as in that of Baltimore, and whilst at Cincinnati, I had one brought to me, which had been taken from the edge of a cradle in which a child lay asleep, to the no small astonishment of the mother." My students and I are arriving at the banding station during peak fall migration. The temperature is in the mid-50s. The sky is clear, and the wind is blowing 8 miles per hour from the north, ideal for owls flying south at night, and for owl banders, bundled up all over the Northeast. The banders hide in bushes near invisible spiderweb.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?